Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we're going ahead and building the Leopard 1A1. The Leopard, or Leopard 1, was a main battle tank designed and produced by Porsche in West Germany that first entered service in 1965. Developed in an era where heat warheads were thought to make conventional heavy armor of limited value, the Leopard focused on firepower in the form of a German-built version of the British L7 105mm gun and improved cross-country performance that was unmatched by other designs of the era. The design started as a collaborative project but during the 1950s between West Germany and France, and later joined by Italy. But the partnership ended shortly after the final design was ordered by the Bundeswehr, with full-scale production starting in 1965. In total, 6,485 Leopard tanks have been built, of which 4,744 were battle tanks and 1,741 were utility and anti-aircraft variants, not including the 80 prototypes and pre-series vehicles. The Leopard quickly became a standard of many European militaries and eventually served as the main battle tank in over a dozen countries worldwide, with West Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands being the largest operators until their retirement. Since 1990, the Leopard 1 has gradually been relegated to secondary roles in most armies. In the German army, the Leopard 1 was completely phased out by 2003 by the Leopard 2, while the Leopard 1 base vehicles are still widely used in utility roles. The Leopard 2 has replaced the Leopard 1 in service with many other nations as well, with derivative vehicles using the Leopard 1 hull and still seen service. Currently, the largest operators are Greece with 520 vehicles, Turkey with 397 vehicles, and Brazil with 378 vehicles. Most of these vehicles have been upgraded with various improvements to armor, firepower, and sensors to maintain their ability to engage modern threats. So, yeah, the Leopard 1A1 here, a very iconic tank from the Cold War period, one of the main designs, and as I mentioned, saw wide service throughout Europe and even across the world, and seen several different operators during that time period. But a very important tank, as it was part of the Germans building up and the Allies just in general keeping a arms race with the Soviet Union, and the Leopard 1 here was basically West Germany's response to be able to hold its ground against possible attacks from the Soviets on basically East Germany. So yeah, overall pretty cool vehicle. Really happy with the way it came out, and it's been a long time since we visited the Leopard 1, so I'm happy to finally get a tutorial out, or just a redesign in general for the Leopard for all you guys to enjoy. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at it. Now this is the A1 version, so this is one of the very early models of the Leopard 1. There are a bunch of later models that continue on, I believe, all the way up to the 1A5 version, which is one of the more modern ones. But you're really just going to... this is really kind of ideally like the peak Cold War main battle tank for West Germany. That's what we're kind of going for here in many European nations. But yeah, going ahead and taking a look at it. It's pretty cool. Lots of good detail packed into it. Obviously, we have the chassis for the vehicle here. Nothing too crazy about it. Pretty simple in design and size and all that. We have the turret here, which is equipped with a 105mm main gun. We do have a little bit of armor here on the front, of course, and then we have the turret with the smoke grenade dispensers. We went ahead and put like a little German black cross there on the side, which I think looks pretty cool on the vehicle. And as we continue on, we have the whole turret itself, a basket, hatches up on top, all that fun stuff. And then we get to the back here, which again has a bunch of various details and stuff like that for the vehicle. But yeah, pretty nice design, or redesign I should say, for the Leopard 1A1, and will make a great addition to many of your Cold War European countries. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer here, we have layer number 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to start off by going ahead and place down a row of 2 of nether brick ups downstairs, just like that. After that row of 2 of nether brick steps downstairs, we'll place down 2 polished black stone stairs across like this, followed by another row of 2 directly behind it. We then want to place down two shulker boxes on their sides with the bottoms of the shulker box connected to each other across like so. Followed by again 2 of these polished black stone stairs back to back, or 2 rows of 2 there back to back. Same thing here for black shulker boxes here, so like that. Again, another set of 2 polished black stone rows of 2 of stairs back to back. Another black shulker box to both sides here, and then one more row of 2 of the polished black stone stairs going across here, and our row directly on the back there. After that, we want to go and then take our nether brick slabs and place down a row of 2 across, followed by a row of 2 of nether brick top slabs like that to go and wrap up the back there. Once we have that done, we're going to take our dark oak wood top slabs, and we're going to go to this stair up here in the front. We're going to place down 3 top slabs over, and then we're going to go back to this slab here and place down 3 slabs over as well. We can then go ahead and take our dark oak wood top slabs and just fill in the space here. Basically in between these rows of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs like this to go ahead and fill the whole basin like so. After that's done, we want to go and then do the same thing for the tracks just over here to this side. So I'm going to go and build this a little bit quicker as I've already kind of covered the other side and how to do it. So again, if I'm going a little too fast for you, you can slow the video down, you can pause it, you can just look at the other side because it's exactly the same on both sides here. So really nothing too complex. Like that, and then we have our 2 more stairs here, and then our row of 2 nether brick slabs and our 2 nether brick top slabs. And once we have that done, that's basically it for our base here for the vehicle. Looking at it from up above, this is what it should look like. I'm going to go ahead and grab some banner materials we'll need to make those road wheels, and I'll see you guys here in a sec to make those wheels. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our banners here, we're going to need a loom, 3 green banners, and 6 black dye. To begin with, for our first banners, we're going to go into our loom. We're going to place our green banner in our loom and our black dye. We're going to go and do the black border that goes around our green banner like so. And then we want to go and then place this banner back into the loom, and we're going to take our black dye and do the line right through the center there horizontally through the banner. That right there is going to create our first banner, and this banner here is going to go ahead and go on the ends here of these black shulker boxes like this along the side. So just like this to both sides. That's our first banner out of the way, and we're going to go and work on our next 2. So for these banners here, real simple, we're going to place down each green banner back into the loom and our black dye. We're going to go and split each banner in half, so we're going to do a black line vertically through the, basically splitting the banner in half, so you have black on one side, green on the other side. And we're going to do this for both banners, but we want them to be the opposite of each other. So we have one banner with the green on the right side and one banner with the green on the left side. So we get these 2 banners. After we get that done, both these banners are going to go back into the loom, and we just want to go and do our horizontal black line going across through the center there. And we're going to do the same thing here for both these banners. Now once we have that done, on these banners, or on the sides of these polished black stone stairs, we're going to go and place down 2 of these banners, just like this, with the green facing toward each other to go ahead and make those road wheels. Same thing over here as well, just like that. As you can see, pretty straightforward and simple stuff. And that right there creates our road wheels there for the vehicle. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up what we have there for for layer number 1. And with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 2. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go take a green terracotta and replace our row 2 across these nether brick top, or nether brick ups down stairs. Then come off those, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood stairs here facing toward the front. We then want to go and go to the sides of the stairs, and we're just going to go ahead and wrap dark oak wood signs around these stairs, like so. And we're going to go and do the same thing over here as well for these stairs. So just like that. And once we get to this point here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of this green terracotta block on both sides. And in the space in between those green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down a row of 3 of upside down dark oak wood stairs across, just like that. After that's done on the side, going back from these green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair to both sides, a dark oak wood sign on the side of these stairs, like so. After that, we want to go then place down a green terracotta block on both sides, a dark oak wood button on the inside, like so. Or on the side of the block, I should say. We're going to go then place down 2 polished black stone stairs upside down facing each other on both sides here. So we get something that looks just like that there. And then we're going to place down dark oak wood signs on the sides of those stairs. Again, same thing on both sides. After that, we're going to place down another green terracotta block going back from those stairs, dark oak wood button. And again, same thing again here with the stairs. So 2 upside down stairs facing each other like so. And there are dark oak wood signs here on the sides. Like that. We want to go and then place down another green terracotta block to both sides, dark oak wood button. After that, another dark oak wood upside down stair to both sides, dark oak wood sign on the side. Like so. After that, a dark oak wood, or another dark oak wood upside down stair coming off of it. Sign on the side here. And same thing over here. Upside down stair. And a sign on the side there. We will then place down a green terracotta block on both sides here, and then a green shulker box on their sides like this, followed by an item frame. On the shulker box, a cobweb in the item frame, same thing over here. And then if you're on Java, we can go ahead and place down a dark oak button on the side of the shulker box like this to both sides. Now at this point here, we then want to go ahead and grab our dark oak trapdoor, or actually sorry, nether brick stairs to begin with. We're going to place down an airbrick stair, or row 2 airbrick stairs on those 2 top slabs, and then to the fronts here of these stairs, on the sides, we're going to place down a dark oak trapdoor to both sides. We're going to go then follow this up and place down an item frame on these 2 stairs here. And then in those item frames, we're going to place down a item frame with a tripwire hook rotated around facing downwards, just like that. After that's all done, we want to go and then place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood up down stairs across, followed by an item frame coming off those 2 stairs there, green terracotta block in those item frames, and a dark oak wood sign on the side there of those stairs like so. After that, we're going to then place down a zombie head coming off the stair there in the center. Anyways, after that is all complete there, we then also want to go ahead and take a dark oak wood sign, and we're going to place it down on the side here of this green terracotta block to both sides there, like so. And with that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 2 for the build. And taking a look at it from above here, this we should have so far from the top-down view. With that though, we're going to go and move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, going ahead and move into our next layer. We moved into layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go and take our daylight detectors. We're going to place down a row 2 on top of these green terracotta blocks here. And we're going to go then place down 1 daylight detector back on both sides like so. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood stair to both sides like this, followed by a row 3 of dark prismarine stairs across the front there. And we're also going to go and take our dark oak wood trapdoors and just place down a row 2 across the front there as well. After we have that all done there, we want to go ahead and then take an item frame. We're going to place down an item frame coming off these those 2 daylight detectors, and we're going to go and then place down snowballs in those item frames like that for the front headlights. After that's complete, we want to go then take our green terracotta and also our stripped spruce logs. We're going to place down a stripped spruce log that is going to be going in this position right here, so right behind this prismarine stair. And then we're going to place down a green terracotta to the block to the right side, and then 3 over here to the left side. On the sides here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like so. And then going back from that dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down an air stair back on both sides like so. And then a row of green terracotta across in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that across. At this point here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame again, and also a tripwire hook. We're going to go ahead and go to the side here. We're going to place down an item frame on this stair right here, and a tripwire hook in the item frame rotated so it's facing downwards, and same thing over here, just like that. After that, we're going to go then place down a additional dark oak wood stair back on both sides here, and then a row of 5 of green terracotta across the center there. Now we can go ahead and then grab ourselves a debug stick. So we're going to use the give command, and we'll go ahead and get a debug stick. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use a debug stick and a lever to go ahead and create our side mirrors. So a simple trick to do is we're going to place down a block that's 1 space away from this corner stair. We're going to place down a lever on the side of the block, and we're going to use our debug stick here to change the facing of it. So rotate it so it's coming off that corner stair like that, and then we can go ahead and delete that block, and you have that lever right there. If you do not have access to a debug stick, a very simple solution would be to put a fence gate here and open it up toward the stair and put the zombie head on top of it like so. That's an option you guys can do as well if you're looking for an alternative to this method. And just the same thing over here, and again our zombie head here at a very slight angle like that to the sides there for your side mirrors on the vehicle. After we have that all done, we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves kelp blocks, and we're going to place down 2 kelp blocks on both sides, and of course the middle space in here we're going to go and fill in with 2 rows of 5 of green terracotta. We're going to then go to the sides here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood stairs, and 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood stairs along the sides here as well. And again, we can just fill in the space in between those stairs like so. After that, we're going to go then place down a green shulker box to both ends. Again, a narrow row 5 of green terracotta across the center here. After this, we're going to go and then take our polished black stone stairs. We're going to place down a row of 3 along the sides here. So 1, 2, 3. And we want to go and then grab ourselves some item frames and some iron bars. And along the sides here of these stairs, we're going to place down item frames. So 1, 2, 3, and 1. And we're going to place down iron bars in those item frames like that for the vents here on the rear section of the engine bay. So just like that. After that, we're going to take our green terracotta, and then we can go ahead and again just fill this whole space in the middle here with green terracotta. Just go ahead and fill it all the way back to the stairs here. At this point here, actually this item frame here is not going to have an iron bar in it. It's actually going to have an apple in it for the rear taillights. So my apologies on that. Just go ahead and replace that with the apple. We then want to place down 2 green shulker boxes coming off these 2 green terracotta blocks over there to the left side. And after we have that done, we're going to place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood fence gates going over to the side like so. We can then go ahead and grab ourselves a grindstone and come off this fence gate. We're going to go and very simply place a grindstone like that to the side there. And after that's all done there, that is going to pretty much wrap up what we have there for layer number 3 for the build. Looking at it from above again, this is what it should look like. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer. Actually, one quick thing also is you can also add some spare tools onto the side here. Very simply just placing down a couple item frames on the side here and putting some tools rotate on their sides like so. So you can see just using some item frames, some iron tools, and I went ahead and put it on both sides of the vehicle actually just to give it a little bit more detail in terms of these tools, and we're going to have them facing toward the rear like so. So just again a little detail feature you can go ahead and throw into the build just to kind of give it a little bit more extra design. But anyways, that right there is going to do it for layer 3, and let's move on to layer number 4. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a dark oak with upside down stair on top of this green terracotta block here, so just like that. And then we're going to place down a corner stair to both sides of that stair like so. After that, we're going to place down a top slab here coming off the center, and we're going to then place down a dark oak with trapdoor to both sides of that top slab. Going forward from the top slab, we're going to place down additional 1, 2, and 3. Top slabs going forward, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on both sides of this top slab here. We're going to then place down an additional 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood top slabs forward like that for the gun barrel. At this point here, we want to go and then take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 3 across, followed by a green stained glass pane to both sides like that of that row of 3. We're going to place down a row of 3 across, mossy cobblestone wall to both sides. We're going to go and then place down a row of 5 across, followed by a dark oak wood fence gate on both sides opened up toward this green terracotta block. We want to go then place down a row of 5 of green terracotta across, this time with a end rod coming off this dark oak wood fence gate to both sides. We're going to place down a row of 3 of green terracotta across, mossy cobblestone wall to both sides, and we're going to then place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off the side of the wall opened up toward it, just like that. After that's done, a narrow green terracotta block here in the center, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides like that. And we want to go and then place down 2 daylight detectors here, going back along the sides there. In between these daylight detectors here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of iron end rods going across, and then we're going to go and then place down a row of 5 of dark oak wood slabs. We then want to go and place down 2 dark oak wood slabs back along the sides here, and then in between here 2 rows of 3 of polished blackstone slabs. And then another row of 5 of dark oak wood slabs across the back here, followed by levers, which are going to be going ahead and going on top of these green shulker boxes like that, and have them flicked so that they are connecting up to those dark oak wood slabs like so. After that's all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 4, and with that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 5. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, green carpet on top, followed by a dark oak wood trapdoor, and then 1, 2, and 3, or sorry, just 1 and 2 green carpet back. At this point here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of this slab, and then a dark oak wood trapdoor to the side there. And actually, one thing from the previous layer I did forget to add was we are going to go and delete this trapdoor right here. We're going to place down a zombie head underneath here, and then a zombie head at a slight angle there for the little optic boxes for the driver. And also on top of the stair with the item frame on it, we're going to go and place down a zombie head on both sides here as well. So go ahead and throw those little additions on. My apologies for missing those in the previous layer. Anyways, going ahead and continuing on, we're going to then place down a dark oak wood top slab that's going to be over this trapdoor here, and we're going to then take our dark oak wood signs and wrap around these 2 sides of the top slab. Behind the top slab, we're going to place down a green terracotta block like so, and we're going to go ahead and also place a dark oak wood sign on the side of it over here to the left side. After we have that done, we want to go and then take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to place down a row of 2 over from the green terracotta block, and then after that, we're going to place down a row of 3 of birchwood stairs, followed by a zombie head on both sides of those stairs like that. We want to go then take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 3 across, followed by a green stained glass pane to both sides, another row of 3 of green terracotta across, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides, and again the same row again, row of 3 of green terracotta, mossy cobblestone wall on both sides, followed by a row of 3 of green terracotta, a green stained glass pane to both sides, and then at this section here we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall in the center, a green stained glass pane to both sides there, followed by a zombie head coming off the side here of the pane, like that. And we then also want to go and grab our wither skeleton skulls, and on the sides of this glass pane and also this wall there, we're going to place down 2 wither skeleton skulls like that for our smoke grenade dischargers. After this point, we want to go and then place down a green terracotta block coming off the mossy cobblestone wall, like that down the center. And then we're going to go ahead and place down an oak wood trapdoor to both sides of it. And then coming off those oakwood trapdoors, we're going to go ahead and place down another set of oakwood trapdoors wrapped around. Make sure that they are closed, or open in this case, like so. And then also a trapdoor right there, coming off the green terracotta block. And once we have that all done, that's pretty much done for the structure for this build. I'm going to go ahead and grab the banners we're going to need to make this little German iron cross symbol on the side of the tank and kind of mess around and see if I can figure out how to remember how to do this. But anyways, that right there is going to complete what we have there for layer number 5. Let's go ahead and grab our banners. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into making the little cross there on the side of the vehicle. To begin with, we're going to place down a loom, and we're going to go and grab our green banner. We're going to need green dye, black dye, and white dye. We're going to go and start off by going ahead and placing down our black dye into our banner, or into our loom, and we're going to do the line horizontally across the center here, and then we want to do the line vertically through the center, like so. After we have that done, we're going to then switch out our dye, and we're going to do a white roundel right here in the center, so it looks like that. Once we have that done, we're going to then grab this banner, put it back into our loom, and we're going to then grab our materials again, and we're going to do the black cross here through the center, just like that. And after we have that all done, we're going to go and then grab this banner, put it back into our loom, and at this point here, we are going to go ahead and very simply select our green dye this time, and we're going to go do the line of green dye across the top, like so, and the line of green dye across the bottom here. And that right there will pretty much create this banner that we have here. And it will go on the sides, just like this here, to both sides of the tank on that mossy cobblestone wall. So overall, pretty simple design, but adds a nice good deep bit of detail there, and is pretty close to the modern kind of German iron cross that they use on their tanks. Anyways, that right there is it for layer 5. Let's go ahead and move into our final layers. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our last final layers here. We have layers 6 through 9. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down a row of 2 daylight detectors on top of those 2 blocks there. We then want to place down a zombie head on top of this green terracotta block, followed by a dark oak button here next to it, like so. Back from the zombie head, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, followed by a spruce wood slab, like so. And then coming off the side of the spruce wood slab, we're going to place down a zombie head around these 2 sides, and also right here in this center spot, like so. We're going to then go off this zombie head here. We're going to place down a spruce slab as well, and we're going to do the same thing here for zombie heads. Just rotate around it, like so. After that, we're going to go then place down a dark oak wood fence post on top of these 2 green stained glass panes there to both sides, and we're just going to go ahead and go up 4 iron bars like this, up from our walls, or up from those fence posts like that, for the radio antenna. And the last things for us to do is to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of this mossy cobblestone wall, and then a daylight detector that goes back from it, and make sure that trapdoor gets closed if it does decide to open on you. And with that, that right there is going to wrap up layer 6 through 9, and with that, that's going to complete my design here for Leopard 1A1 main battle tank, fielded by West Germany and many other European countries. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be a link from a side of the build to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use a favorite project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.